God ain't forgetting what those motherfuckers did to this place, Mr. Clay. I won't teaser.
Sometimes you just want something big. Something you need to grab onto with both hands. Something so thick and meaty you could barely get your mouth around it. Admit it, you've been dreaming about that big hand for days now. Dreaming about that thick, juicy meat and all that melted cheese dribbling down your...
This man's name is Jesse. We were just having ourselves a little conversation about Witchy Douce.
Listen, I ain't done nothing, you hear? I don't know anything. I was just taking a walking down the street and she just grabbed me is all.
You with Dixie Mafia?
No. Yes, I mean, shit. I did it for the money, you hear? I ain't got nothing personal against y'all. I don't even carry a gun.
Where's Doucette?
He's out of the abandoned amusement park to the west of here.
Banned Saturdays. What the hell is he doing out there?
From what I heard, it's because you've been tearing things up. Georgie's on a goddamn warpath. He wants Richie dead. So Richie, he grabbed what was left of the heroin and took off. Said he was gonna lay low until he could settle things with Georgie.
How many men he got with him?
Hell, I don't know. All of them.
Hand me that knife.
No, please. No, I ain't done nothing to y'all. Please, I'm begging you. My mom.
Go on, get.
He could warn Doucette.
He ain't no threat to nobody. Let him run back home to his mama.
If you wrong, there'll be hell to pay.
Could use some supplies. Heard you were the man to talk to.
Cassandra said you might be calling. I'm happy to help, but I ain't running no charity either.
Everything you see is for sale.
Show me what you got.
We're good. Call me if you need.
sense about this, man. Richie needs to work it. You know.
Welcome to Baron Saturday's Fun Park. We're sure happy to have you with us today. So put your troubles aside and enjoy yourself. You never know what that dirty old Baron's got waiting for you around the corner.
I'm liking our odds, boys.
Now on your ride, we have the carnival carousel. Nice place for you boys and girls to stay out of trouble. But if you want those adventures times, you might want to head over and meet the investigators inside of the bayou on the Crazy Gator roller coaster. But be careful now. I hear those boys sure love dark meat. Welcome to the Bone Rattler. Ain't much resting in peace going on here.
I didn't mean to get mixed up in all this shit.
To ensure a safe ride, keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the caskets at all times. And keep an eye on them kitties now, you hear? Enjoy the ride, y'all.
Come and get me.
Hey, motherfucker. Georgie sent you?
Hey, motherfucker. We know you're out. He's killing us.
Georgie sent you?
What do we have here?
There you go, cocksucker.
Go for it. And when you pass on solid ground, he's ripping into me.
Burn.
Somebody take me out. Get my ass behind something.
Barbecue your ass.
Now I get to whoop you. It's here, boy. And I ain't afraid to die. I can't move.
small Negro village nestled deep in the bayou, far outside our civilized city. It was a place where slaves landlined from the world and hoped to call home. But something else called this place home too. Something evil. And it was watching. Wait. Now say what you will about the life of a slave, but those days brought the Negro folk closer to God. Saved many a soul from the lake of fire, that's it did. But soon they started backsliding, returning to the ways of their African ancestors. And an elder named Papa Virgil led them back to that old heathen practice known as voodoo. Huh? And good old Papa Virgil, well, he took on a new name. Baron Saturday. That evil in the darkness knew this was his time. Men, women, even children started going missing. A great fear took hold of folks, and a name was whispered throughout the village. Covered in fur, a mouth of razors with claws to match. Many Negro men went hunting the Rougarou, but none of them returned. Desperate to fend off that beast, the
Fucking salutations, boys!
Not one bit. And some say things got worse. Much worse. The hero they needed came in the form of a young priest.
You need to run this through, boy. You think you can come in here and steal my heroin without nobody noticing?
I'm not here to steal your heroin, Richie. I'm here to make you pay for what you did to Sammy and Ellis Robinson.
I didn't have nothing to do with that!
I watched you stab Ellis in the gut. I couldn't do nothing about it then, but I sure as hell can now.
God damn it! None of that was my idea, you hear? It was all Georgie, him and his old man. They wanted y'all gone, not me. What was I supposed to do? Say no?
Either that or make sure that I was dead.
Oh, no. No, please. Please, listen. Just decent thing would be to let a man get in a prayer before you kill him.
You can pray on the way up.
No, please!
When I saw Richie Doucette hanging from that Ferris wheel, I felt a profound sense of disbelief. Nothing like this had ever happened before. You mobsters killed each other all the time, but it was generally a small, contained event. Some greaseball is eating spaghetti and meatballs at his favorite restaurant and gets popped in the head. But this was different. Even then, even before I knew who killed him, I knew that Richie had been put on display. Lincoln was trained in psychological warfare by the CIA. He wanted to terrify the mob, wanted them to know he was going to kill every last one of them, and that none of them would be able to stop him.
We're coming at you from deep inside the house. And tonight, we're gonna talk about the things happening right here in New Bordeaux. Things I don't think anyone could have ever predicted. Except yours truly, of course. Seems there's a gentleman out there, maybe he's even listening right now, who police are referring to as a violent agitator. Now hold on, that's not exactly right. Police are actually referring to him as a violent black agitator. Our own Chief Earl Wilson had this to say. The Negroes must be guided with a firm hand, and that hand must not be afraid to be raised in the situation.
Doucette's dead. The hollow's yours.
They say you strung him up on the old Ferris wheel.
He killed Ellis. Shit all over the people in this neighborhood. Doucette got what he deserved.
The righteous will rejoice when he sees the vengeance. He will bathe his feet in the blood of the wicked. That goes both ways, you know.
Thought you said all that was behind us.
My men are struggling with the notion that we now have to answer to the same man who killed Baca, who wiped out half our number.
If I was them, I'd get over it. We don't have time to go around coddling people.
Of course not. But gestures carry weight. And if you were to help my man Emmanuel, that's a gesture that would go a long way in calming nerves.
What's he need?
He oversees my reefer operation over at the boathouse. Help him, and I'll see to it you get a portion of the profits.
Just so we're clear, I'm expecting a cut of everything, not just what comes from selling weed. It's gonna cost a lot of money to take down Marcano.
Don't worry. I'll make sure you get your money.
News in New Bordeaux. There are reports of a violent shootout at the abandoned Baron Saturday's Fun Park. The authorities haven't released an official tally, but sources are reporting multiple casualties. One witness claims to have seen a man hanging from the very top of the decommissioned Ferris wheel. The police have refused to comment on the veracity of that report. The Fun Park has been closed for a number of years and was once a subject of...
Come on.
Problems?
This goddamn thing keeps jamming up. If you're ready to see the other briefings, we can get started.
Show me what else you managed to dig up.
You got it. 2 of the city's finest scumbags. The man himself, Mr. Vito Scaletta.
You gotta be shitting me.
Last couple months have been pretty tough on old Vito. Sal's always hated him. Thought he was a mole for the commission, but he couldn't do anything about it because Vito's made. After the heist, Sal refused to pay Vito his cut, and then he put the clamps on him. He's been trying to limit Vito's ability to pay what's owed.
And if Scaletta can't kick up, the commissioner give Marcano permission to whack him.
The only reason that Vito is still above ground is because he has a couple off-the-record businesses. He's been using that money to pay Sal.
Gotta give Scaletta credit. Pretty goddamn tenacious.
He's lasted a lot longer than I thought he would, but the clock is ticking. A couple weeks ago, Sal sent in his nephew, a kid named Michael Greco, to help Vito run River Row. Greco's been using his guys to limit what Vito can do, where he can go. Once he has Vito completely boxed in, he'll make his move.
Scaletta has to know what Greco has planned. I'll pay him a visit. See if I can't leverage this thing with Greco to bring Scaletta around to my way of thinking.
I'm sure he'll appreciate your concern. Haven't the people down here heard about a little invention called air? Oh, yes. Point for Dunn's favorite son, Thomas Burke.
How's he doing since Danny?
9 weeks ago, Burke stumbles into Roman the Butcher Barbiere's deli, drunk off his ass, waving a gun around. He fires off 10 rounds, but the only thing he manages to hit is a fucking ham hock in the goddamn deli case. The butcher's boys slap the shit out of him and toss him in a dumpster.
Barbieri is the one who took over Point Verdun, right? Busted up Burke's leg with a tire iron.
That's why Burke was willing to go along with the robbery. He thought it'd make things square with Sal, and he'd be able to get Point Verdun back.
He always struck me as an asshole.
Yeah, just like every other Irishman. But he hates Marcano as much as you do.
Yeah, all right. Least I can do is give Danny's old man a chance for a little payback. Oh, fucking hell.
He's been spending his time in a dive bar up in Point Verdun. Duffy's, it's called. Shouldn't be too hard to find.
Yo, you better be worth all this trouble.
taking his beating.
What?
You and me ain't getting paid enough to worry about riding, Walt. You know what I mean. Look, I get doing them coons over in Holla. Hell, bringing that dumb cracker Richie makes some kind of sense. Vito's bait was made. Word come down from on high that Scaletta's out. And that means he's out. Anyway, Greco might be stupid. He might even be crazy. But right now, he's the one calling the shots. What?
Looks like I got here just in time, Vito.
Lincoln. How's this possible? I thought you were dead.
Bullet was deflected by my skull. Came out the back.
Talk about some goddamn luck.
Worst place to shoot a fella's in the forehead. Skull's harder than you think. Come on. We need to have a talk.
When I heard about what happened, I went to Marcano asking my cut right then and there. Figured if he fucked you and Sammy, I'd be next.
Yeah, I'm guessing he didn't go for it.
Said he wanted to wait for the heat to die down. Didn't want me running around, buying expensive shit, getting noticed. Like I'm some fucking amateur, never sat on a big score before. The money I fronted for the robbery was pretty much everything I put away. Didn't have enough to run, so I stayed. Commission wouldn't let him just kill me, so I figured I'd make that cocksucker jump through every hoop. Make him prove I deserve to get whacked. Wasn't much, but it was something.
Heard he brought in his nephew to push you out.
A kid named Michael Greco. Nephew by marriage, not blood.
Sure didn't number in here.
Yeah. They were looking to see what other rackets I was running. Like I'd leave a fucking paper trail in my office. Don't bother with that shit. Look, appreciate you getting me out of the freezer and all, but, what are you doing here?
Marcano deserves to pay for what he did, so I'm going after him. Him, his brothers, his lieutenants, all of them. I'm gonna need your help.
Look, pretty much whittled me down to nothing. I mean, this is it.
For now, maybe. Once I take back River Road from Greco, money will start coming in, it'll be a different story.
Well, so we're partners now.
As long as you do what I say and give me what I want when I want it.
So goodbye, Marcano. Hello, Lincoln Clay.
It's either that or more of this. And next time, I won't be around to fish your ass out the freezer.
Nobody kills that scumbag but me. You bring me Greco, I'm in.
Tell me about his rackets.
He took over the dock union and he's got a warehouse. He has a lot of valuable shit in there. You You take both of them out, Greco's finished. A couple of my guys been keeping tabs on him. You should talk to them. They'll fill you in.
All right.
Fuck out of me. With Ripple around, ain't no one feeling real secure about that place, so we just keep at it.
Strangest thing I've ever blessed would be a young woman's undergarments. She and her husband were having trouble conceiving, and she thought it might help. It was a little awkward, but their little girl was born last.
Vito says you're reliable.
Wait, the party can't be around here.
Vito said you'd be expecting me.
Took you long enough. I'm Jock Blanchard. Vito claims you can unfug this mess and get us working men back on a job.
Maybe. Depends if the information's any good.
Used to kick up to Vito's men Andy Toretto for union work. But now that Couillon Greco got Andy squeezing everybody for more dues. You don't pay, you don't get a work permit. Poor fuck's even gotta use Greco's loudmouth buddies to collect.
This Greco sounds like a real piece of shit.
You don't know the half of it. On top of that, Andy's gotta keep the permits under lock and key. Anything happens to those, oof, ain't no work happening around here.
I'll see what I can get out of Toretto's people.
Toretto runs a tight ship, but you should be able to get some of his guys talking.
Maybe.
Vito sent me. You're Connie, right?
Yup. Connie DeMarco. Been keeping an eye on the smuggling business for Vito. Roy Thibodeau's in charge now, and it's a damn shit show.
Why hasn't Greco bounced him yet?
Oh, he'd bounce Roy right into a hole if he got to say so. Greco didn't pick Roy, and that puts a target on his back. Still, Roy's trying to sell the usual shit from out of Cuba. Cigars and rum, mostly. Hell, rumor has it they even selling medicine and shit to the Cubans.
Sounds like Greco's scrambling.
Imagine Greco thought his Uncle Sal'd give him a break, but no. So he's squeezing everyone, including Roy. Business gets any worse, Roy's gonna have to come down and see to it himself. Mind, Roy's got a few guys here and there.
Might take some persuading, but I'll get him to talk.
You get hold of any Roy's guys yet? They're sure to talk if you, ask just right.
In England, Wandsworth Prison. The lawyer for James Earl Ray announced that if his client is extradited, he will plead innocent by reason of insanity in the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Colored civil rights leader Dr. King was shot by a sniper on April 4th as he stood on a Memphis hotel balcony.
Go on now.
Huh? This here's off limits.
Take my snake ass off! Dead man walking. Oh, fuck up! I got a gator from Bob's color, boy. Out of ammo! Gotta reload! Boys making me uncomfortable. Dropping like fucking flies. Get the boys down here!
Hello, New Bordeaux.
yourself. Now, can I meet Darlene's friend or what? This shop is white. We got a
Please send some officers down here.
There's been a homicide reported in River Row. If there's a unit in the area,
You're gonna tell me about Roy's smuggling operation.
The boss is trying to get medical supplies to Cuba for extra cash. I know where the shipment is.
Thanks for your help.
On-scene officers engaging with suspect. Respond with caution. Be advised, suspect now in a vehicle.
You're a mess, Mr.
Welcome to the Native Son, dear listener. In this segment, I am joined by the lovely Miss Olivia Marcano.
Hey, everyone.
Dear listeners, some of you know Miss Marcano from her charitable work, 130 Girls Round New Bordeaux. I've known her since she was herself just a girl.
Mr. Duval, stop.
Oh, just a picture of charm, grace, and folks, I have seen the cotillion photos. They are glorious.
Stop it.
All right, back to business. Miss Marcano, you are an update for our listeners.
That's right, Mr. Duval. We're opening up the Duval Trust Scholarship for another month of submissions.
Oh, the Duval Trust Scholarship. You know, with a name like that, it sounds just fascinating. Now, why don't you remind our listeners what that is exactly? I believe this year we're focusing on the sciences. Is that right?
That is correct. The trust.
Boys feeling some pain.
All units, suspect has entered a vehicle.
Got the shot.
Try some. Beer isn't just for the boys anymore. Smooth, ice-cracking cold. St. Lucas Pale Ale is liquid gold.
WVCE 1150. New Bordeaux.
You got real police incoming. Shit, me
Officer requests assistance. All units. All units, suspect has entered a vehicle. All units, negative visual on suspect. Begin search in immediate vicinity. On-scene officers engaging with suspect. Respond with caution. Bayou. All units, negative visual on suspect. Repeat, visual contact lost. On scene, officers engaging with suspect. Respond with caution. Attention all units. Suspect spotted in South Downs.